We're in the Chickasaw National Recreation Area, the Platt Historic District.
This is where we got our start.
This is where we got our love for camping.
We actually, there are two campsites that are here, number 36 and 38.
We're in 36, where
And-
we always stayed.
And we would stay in one of these two sites, just depending on it's first come, first serve, and which one was available when we got here. But we actually even started before that.
I was 4 the first time I remember coming. I know I came before that, but Sharon was only 1. She hadn't had her second birthday, and she doesn't remember. I keep trying to get her to remember important things.
But our father's family would come up here, and there was a group area that they would take and have family reunions and
At the pavilion, and it was magical. You could wade in.
ice cold spring water.
Actually, the water down here wasn't as cold.
Because it is a spring-fed stream, and it's come through the park, and it's been out of the ground a little bit longer. We've never seen the park at this time of the year before, though. We've always been here in the summer. And we found out yesterday that this park has become exceedingly popular.
During the summer. This park, I thought it would probably lose visitors when it went from a national park, Platt National Park, down to a recreation area. But actually, they have about 1 million visitors a year.
And we would come and once in our adolescent and early teen years, come and meet our aunt and her family.
On the mother's side.
Our mother's, yeah, on our mother's side, we kind of switched sides of family. But we would come up here and get here on Sunday afternoon and leave, break camp after lunch on Friday. And Aunt Ruth and at least her daughter would always, and Uncle Steve would bring them and sometimes stay, but she had 5 sons and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would come, depending on jobs
And then our mother's brothers, at various times. We had a couple of her brothers that came, and we did have both sites that are here together. And so we just have some amazing, amazing memories of coming up here as kids and spending time. This is dry camping in this area. And we're going to talk to you a little bit about the various areas, but what was magical about this is from here, I think it's about, 5 miles over to the nature center?
3, I think. But
It seemed much further as kids. And
we walked it.
we walked it a number of times.
And we rode our bikes.
But you could stay inside of the national park and be on trails and small roads and
You
just
were
spend
safe.
an
And it
entire week in this magical national park area, and we loved it. And it's one of the reasons why we still love camping. We will confess, we thought we were going to be staying here, and we found out that when we were kids, we would come and we would swim here. We're going to be showing you Little Niagara. And that's much closer to the mouth of the stream. And it was just cold. And our cousin would turn, literally, her fingernails, everything, she'd be blue. And so we would swim there a day or two while we were here. And then there were times that we would get out of the national park and drive over to Lake Arbuckle.
But you had to go through parts of town, and it broke the magic.
It did. But as adults, we found out they have water and electric hookups. And you may be able to tell by our dress, this and the trees. This is not the middle of the summer. And that was one other thing I wanted to mention. Sorry, we're just rambling because we're excited. But the woman told us yesterday there are times in the summer that they have to block off the roads and not allow more people in because they are that packed. But this area, I will show you some of these trees. This tree obviously has been here long before we ever started coming. But these sites are much more shady. Not right now because they have no leaves, but in the summertime, these are massive trees.
Yes.
And you're going to get a lot of shade. If you want to do some dry camping, and we definitely may come back late spring, early fall, and do some dry camping in our campsites here. We may. This would be a much better choice than where we are right now. For right now, we don't care the fact that there's no shade over there, but we have water and electric hookups, and
Yes.
so we are the national park, I think, has taken over those areas on Arbuckle Lake.
Yes.
I don't think that was, we were talking about that when we were kids, I don't think that was under the national park system. But there are a couple of different camping options here, like I said, and during the winter and off-season, all of these campgrounds right here in the Platt Historic District are open, she said, I think from late May through early September.
Yes.
And then they close some of these dry camping areas, and they even closed part of this, which we've been here before that was open.
Yes.
The other part of this Rocky Creek campground. But anyway, it may not look like much to you, but in our mind's eyes, these campsites are much larger. And I'm sitting here looking at it, and I still see it flush, with all the leaves and the privacy kind of between the sites.
And I know you'll find this hard to believe, but Sharon was our adventurer. Every one of these rocks, she'll show them before we go, have been climbed on.
Well, and they made really great places like to
sit.
Yeah, to sit and to put stuff, store
Yes.
stuff, and but anyway, we hope you enjoy our look at Chickasaw National Recreation Area. This is where we got started, and it's really cool to be back here. And we did come back as we came here the first week of summer, every summer, from as far back as I could remember until the summer I was 14. And we had started getting ready. That excitement of getting the boxes out and getting the pots and pans and the canned goods and checking out the camp stoves and the lanterns and all of that kind of stuff, and had started that process. And then the last week of school, our father had a massive heart attack.
And then a series of small heart attacks.
And
he did live through the
He
summer.
lived through the summer, but that was the end of our coming up here. And then MiLena and I came back in our early 20s, late teens, early 20s. We brought a group of kids from a little church she was
Yes.
playing a piano at, and stayed in one of these sites, I think this one. And so we'd been back a couple of times, but it's always, the magical, it's kind of like Christmas. It's
Yes.
you remember the magic of your childhood. And so we just want to share that with you. These are some of our favorite sights and sounds of this area. The stream over at the side and the crunching of the light gravel under our feet.
On the trail.
On the trail. And there are tons of awesome trails in this park, many of which we've walked a number of times. And this one is actually behind the Nature Center, and it does go back to where the water originates, where it comes up, where the springs come up.
I don't know whether Sharon told you this already or not, but I think the medicinal water I think those springs have dried.
Yeah, I took a picture of that inside of the pavilion that showed that those are dried up.
The bromide in the mineral.
But even in early winter, this is a gorgeous place to visit, and not nearly as crowded as it is in the height of summer. I'm going to go on and mention that the Point Campground is approximately 15 miles from probably when you exit 35. We didn't come at it from that direction. But it's about 9 miles from Davis across to Sulphur, and then it's probably about 5 or 6 miles down to our campground, maybe a little bit further.
You turn by the Walmart.
Between the Walmart and the McDonald's. So, anyway, we hope you've enjoyed our look at Chickasaw National Recreation Area. Thanks
Thanks
for watching
Two Tired Teachers.